Hey guys, Paul here. So today I wanted to talk about a question that I see pop up all the time in this community, which is, who is Yu-Gi-Oh for? Is it a children's card game? What is the intended audience? Is it okay to be playing this game if you are an adult, or if you are a this or a that, like, an old person or a woman or whatever? So this is always been a strange one to me, and I never really thought that it was something that needed addressing. It's just, topic for the day. So, yeah, the long and short answer of it is Yu-Gi-Oh's for anybody who wants to play it. So, I mean, you can skip the rest of the discussion at this point. But yeah, that's my stance on it. So let's start from the whole children's card game thing. Now, part of this is pretty popularized by Little Karibo and Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, where the running joke is that, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a children's card game. And so, it's kind of funny that in this anime where the fate of the world is at stake, they're playing a children's card game. They take it so seriously, and the holograms attack them, and your sister's eye surgery is on the line, your grandpa's soul is trapped in a card, Kaiba buys out the entire city and has a blimp, and it's all for a children's trading card game, and everyone wants to be the best. So obviously, it's played for laughs a bit there. It also kind of comes from the fact that on the Yu-Gi-Oh packs, I think, what is the age that they have written? For ages 6+. So I guess to break these down, and Little Karibo, that's just a joke. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. I think most people who understand internet, comedy, humor, parody, and stuff like that, they realize it's just a joke. I don't think anyone takes that too seriously. And as for the labels and the packages, age 6+ means that anybody who's age 6+ can play and understand the game, or at least begin to. The game is obviously pretty complicated, so I mean, I definitely think a 6-year-old who completely understands Yu-Gi-Oh! Is smarter than I was at 6. But yeah, I mean, it isn't saying that it's actually explicitly for kids. I think if that was the case, then the label might say something like ages 6 to 13 or something like that. But no, I mean, it's just ages 6+. And I guess from there, I kind of just want to say, I really do think that there's no shame in playing Yu-Gi-Oh! At any point in your life, no matter who you are, no matter what your background is or your age or what else you do, your job or whatever. I mean, it's a card game. It's a hobby. It's something you can play for fun, or even more seriously than for fun. I know at my old card shop, I started going when I first started going to card shops. I want to say I was in maybe 8th grade. I was 12 or 13 or something. And, the people at the card shops were significantly older than me. So most of the people that I played with at school were, of course, my age. But when I went to the card shop, it was kind of my first exposure to, adults who played this game. People who were in their late teens, people who were in their 20s, there were even a couple of people who were in their 30s. And, I guess, at that age, yeah, I found it a bit, jarring. I wouldn't say bad. I mean, I didn't think that, oh, these must be bum no-lifes. I just thought, oh, it's interesting. I didn't know that this game is something that you can continue to play throughout your life. In a way, in hindsight, I actually kind of respected them a bit more for it, because I was kind of at that impressionable age where it's you're about to go into high school, and so it seems oh, if you're still playing Yu-Gi-Oh, that must mean you're a loser. Grow up, put the trading cards away and go get laid. But I don't know, it was kind of refreshing to see hey, I could play this game forever. Even when I'm a teen or an adult or a parent or whatever, I can still play this game because I saw all of those people at the local card shop, and they were all playing. I mean, I saw people who were college students. I saw people who had big boy jobs or whatever. I saw people who were fathers, mothers, families, and they were all playing and enjoying themselves, and it didn't seem weird. I mean, I didn't find it the activity didn't seem weird. I think for me, just at the age I was, it was just interesting. I didn't know it was like this. It's a little shocking, but it's also kind of reassuring. And, to add on to that point, I also feel that the amount of backgrounds that you encounter, the people from the different backgrounds that you encounter playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Is insane. I think you can say this about plenty of social hobbies, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Doesn't, yeah, I mean, it doesn't discriminate. I found people of so many different races, plenty of let's say black people, right? Plenty of black people play Yu-Gi-Oh! plenty of Hispanic people play Yu-Gi-Oh! Particularly in the area I'm in, which is like, you know, Louisiana and like Texas and kind of the South and stuff. You'll find like plenty of, you know, Hispanic players, just so that's a more common demographic in Texas. So that's what you'll see at a lot of regionals and YCS tournaments. I don't think that there's any reason you should or shouldn't be able to play for like those types of reasons. There's plenty of Asian people who play this game. I've met, you know, Native American people who play this game. And I've met a lot of just different varieties of people from all sorts of places, just racially speaking, who play this game and enjoy it. And there's white people. And there's like, so it doesn't, none of it, that's never really been like a factor in like who I think should play Yu-Gi-Oh! Maybe there's this really dated stereotype that you must be like some skinny, pasty nerd or something, or some fat, overweight nerd. But even that to me doesn't like track. I mean, I know fat, stereotypical nerds who play Yu-Gi-Oh! But like they're not, like, but I also know like people who are the opposite. I know like jocks who play this game. I know, you know, like business types, you know, who are like wear suits and stuff all the time and have what, yeah, I guess you'd call like a respectable career. And they still play this game on their weekends because it's just a way to, it's like an escape. It's a fun thing to do, to go to the card shop and make friends. There's people I play with who are like in the army. There are people who like, you know, practice martial arts, who could literally like, you know, chop me into two pieces. Like, you guys have seen people on this channel like Kevin and stuff, like when he opens the packs and all that stuff. He's huge, but he's also really nice, and he also likes Yu-Gi-Oh! And he's never been mean to anybody at the card shop. There's never been like a fight over anything like that. It's I actually find that, you know, it just, those types of arguments always feel like the people making them, the people saying like, oh, you're too old to be playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Or whatever, are like projecting, or maybe they feel insecure about their own lives. Maybe they don't have anything to enjoy, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a lot of fun. You meet a lot of people. And then even when you think about like, you know, people who say like girls like shouldn't play Yu-Gi-Oh! No, like it's for anyone ages 6+. So it's for anybody. Like if you're a girl and you want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! That's fine. I know people like to give like girls like a hard time because it's like, oh, you're just playing for attention, or you're just playing because your boyfriend plays, or you must suck because you're a girl. I don't buy any of that. I don't really think any of that like checks out. I mean, if you just want to play this game and enjoy it, the gender doesn't mean anything. So yeah, and then even like old people. I remember one weekend at locals when I was maybe like 15 or 16 or something. There were these two like really older guys who came up and played, like they were maybe in their like 60s or something, but they still enjoyed playing Yu-Gi-Oh! The decks they played were definitely a bit dated, but they were having fun, and like no one really gave them a hard time for it. I mean, they literally came, entered the tournaments, they were nice, they didn't get like salty or ragey or insult anybody or talk down to people. They just played, and it wasn't just one Saturday. Like they would play for a while. I think they eventually maybe moved or left or went somewhere else. But I mean, yeah, people play this game at all different ages, people from all different walks of life. The children's card game thing is like a fun joke, I guess, but I don't really think it actually like tracks in real life. So I will say this to anybody who maybe feels ostracized a bit for like liking Yu-Gi-Oh! Or something. Don't let it bother you. It gets, I don't want to say like it gets better, but I mean like it's just a game, it's just a hobby, it's just like anything else. One last quick anecdote about that is like, you know, I played Yu-Gi-Oh! All throughout high school, and when I went to college, I actually, like when I played in high school, I had a lot of friends who played, but it wasn't like, I guess I didn't let a lot of people know, like I was maybe a little insecure about like being a huge Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan, but I definitely still played. But then I went to college, like people in college are just doing all sorts of stuff. Everyone's just living their life and learning about themselves. And so there are plenty of people who played all sorts of card games and board games and tabletop stuff in college. And like, it just seemed like it went from being this weird social, you know, anti-social thing to just like, no, you're in college, do what you want. And then you get out of college and you realize in the real world, literally everybody's just living their life. So like, it doesn't matter. If you're feeling like there's some, like you're being age gated, whether you're too old or too young, or you're a girl, or you're not the right type of person who should be playing this, it's all bullshit. Play the game, enjoy it, have a good time, it's fine. This community is actually pretty welcoming. So I think that people should play Yu-Gi-Oh! No matter what, and the children's card game thing can still be a fun joke, but that's about it. All right, so let me know what you guys think about it in the comments. What have been your experiences with people who, you know, think Yu-Gi-Oh is this or that, like one thing or another, who it's meant for, and what are your takes on that? Anyways, this video has been sponsored by Ridge Wallets. So hopefully this is in focus for you guys. Maybe you can get a good look at it. I've been using the Ridge Wallet myself for quite a while. I started using these things like over a year or two ago. They're great. They're small, they're slim, they're light, they come in a lot of different designs, and they make a really great gift. You can pick one up at the link in the description, ridge.com/APS. All right, that's it. I'll see you in the next one. Pass turn.